Shocker! The military-industrial complex winning again. I'm going to say some things right now. Again, I'm sure I'm going to upset some people, and again, you can be upset. But you want to challenge me on the basis of my arguments and the facts that I bring to the table. I was thinking about this. It was a really funny movie, Fish Called Wanda. And Kevin Kline in the film played this bumbling ex-CIA agent. And remember John Cleese in the movie at the end, getting them all upset, about how Vietnam really kicked their ass and, going off. They're like, no, they didn't. It was a tie. I'm throwing this out there. And again, this is not a shot at the men and women in uniform. My nephew is in uniform. It's not. It's at the people in Washington, D.C. It's at the people in Pentagon. It's at the brass, quite frankly. We haven't won a damn thing. What, Grenada? That's about it, right? Grenada? We haven't won a damn thing since World War II. And you take a look at the money that we're spending. One major military program after another. The F-35, we're still spending a fortune on that. Spending a fortune on that program. Those jets got more problems with them than we know what to do with. Now we got another fighter jet that Trump just ordered. And I'm scratching my head here a little bit and throwing this out there. Zelensky. Say what you want about the guy, okay? Say what you want about Zelensky. But he took a major chunk out of the Soviet military infrastructure with drones. With a bunch of drones. Yeah, was it well orchestrated? Was it planned out? Yeah, it was pretty damn cost efficient too. Hey, why don't we take a look at our bill there with Yemen. Hey, just sending up drones attacking our guys, a few $1,000 a drone, and we're sending up multi-million-dollar missiles to shoot them down. The Houthis. Hey, should we go on to the Taliban? I mean, they were using, equipment that we gave them back in the 1980s or stuff that they put together from the old Soviet stuff from late 1970s, early 1980s. We couldn't beat them. I know this kind of hurts. Well, what about George H. and Norman Schwarzkopf? And what did we win there exactly? Well, I know we won. We won another decade of no-fly zones and spending a fortune enforcing no-fly zones. To what led to another Iraq war versus Saddam, where again, no weapons of mass destruction. Who knows how many people we killed for what? For what? How many our people were killed for what? Now we got a major forced expenditure, another big chunk of change going to be sent this year, a big bonus for the Pentagon, which has not been able to pass an audit. I remember Elon Musk getting all excited about going in and doging the Pentagon. They wouldn't let it get near it. They're not gonna let anybody when they sort of cost efficient work in the Pentagon. Please. Okay? Please. The contracts that are handed out there, the wealth that is created off the Pentagon is insane. Well, here we go. Okay, one of the biggest cheerleaders for the military-industrial complex going is the Wall Street Journal. They had an editorial today. Welcome news last week was that the North Atlantic Treaty Organization may soon aim for members to spend 5% of their economies on defense. The details are still to come at the Alliance's summit this month, but America's friends in Europe are finally waking up, or at least most of them are, from their long nap since the 1990s and taking national survival seriously. I will propose an overall investment plan that will total 5% of GDP in defense investment, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said on Thursday in Brussels. And they said they can count 1.5% points of GDP for peripheral defense investment like roads. Right. Anybody think that these European nations are going to do this, spend 5%? Are you out of your mind? Not going to happen. I think he knows that as well. The Wall Street Journal, yeah, but even 3.5% dedicated to military is a sea change in Europe, up from the current 2% minimum target. And here's their quote here. The Russians have only a $2 trillion economy compared to a $50 trillion economy for NATO, but are producing 4 times more in terms of ammunition. NATO's job is to make sure that collectively we have what we need to prevent us from taking Russian language courses. Oh boy, here we go. Every single time they start speaking in these words and these phrases, I laugh. You lost me right there. You really did. Trump has been pressing the 5% target. Okay. Yeah, some of these countries are ridiculous. Spain, 1.28. Canada, 1.37. Again, some of the countries that are in the front lines, like Poland, they spend 4% on national defense. And some of the Baltic states as well. Again, but here's the Wall Street Journal saying browbeat, we're not spending enough here in the United States. We're not. They're saying we're an outlier. We're spending less on defense as a share of the economy than a decade ago. 3.38% of GDP compared with 3.71. Now, again, one would think, again, because we spend so much more, but greater than the next, what was like 9, 10 countries below us combined. One would think that this investment that we're making would compound, would actually compound over time. And we wouldn't have to be spending as much. Or even now, you would think that greater efficiencies due to technology and the types of things that could be done, wow, we should be saving money. Drones are a hell of a lot cheaper. Drones are a hell of a lot cheaper. But no. The contract's already in place. Okay, contracts already in place. Lobbyists got to get paid. Defense contracts got to get paid. The politicians got to get paid from them. They got to collect the check. So the program never goes away. The current budget bill gives a one-time $150 billion bonus for the Pentagon. But Wall Street not happy. That doesn't come back next year. It's just 1 year. And I say, oh geez, people are not going to gear up to spend more money if it's only a 1 year bump. When's enough? Honestly, when is enough? I mean, this is where Elon and some of these guys that are in the tech world could be of great help as far as national defense is concerned. Lowering costs, greater efficiencies, better equipment, not necessarily the most expensive stuff we need. I can't get my arms around this, but again, the military-industrial complex, it never loses. It never loses. It keeps cashing in, and nobody calls them out on it. WatchdogOnWallStreet.com.